It's Ray Gift TV.
Ray Gift TV.
Let's get right to it.
You're saying if he pulls up on a dude and smacks him, he being tender, right?
No, he just putting himself in a bad situation.
So how should he handle his business? How would Wack 100 advise, not your client, but you advising the nigga who tells you, yo, you know my baby mom's playing with me like this? Look at what happened. Now she doing this on purpose. How would you advise that guy to handle it?
With total silence.
Really? Okay.
I wouldn't say a word to her. You know why? Cardi B so scorned right now. She's looking to find what makes you react. And if it makes you react and you let her know that, she's going to keep doing it. Next thing, she's going to have them dressed alike.
On some Diddy Meek Mill shit?
She's going to have them with matching gold chains. Like, so I wouldn't say nothing. I act like he's rolled right off of me.
How does Offset get out of this situation?
There's nothing to get out. Complete his divorce and keep moving and raise his kids, and that's it.
I actually agree.
You're going to lose that bet because he ain't going to fuck with her again, ever. Too much disrespect. And I ain't going to lie, she's probably responded. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, she responded to, like, you know, so here was my thought, and I said it yesterday. I said, there's so many people commenting saying it's such a flex what Cardi's doing. She's getting her get back, whatever. And I said, it's not a flex for a married woman to now be returned to the streets after 3 kids. She's 30 plus, and she's now getting tossed around with the regular whores on a goddamn
Definitely
yacht.
Not a flex.
I said it's a flex if she get, yes, a richer guy, a more lit guy to put a ring on her finger and want to have a family with her, because no matter what you say about Offset, he did see something in her. Yes, he might be the biggest cheater. I'm not saying she was happy, but let me tell you this. After this honeymoon period passed, she gonna realize this nigga the same thing like Offset.
Well, R&B tells me when women come out of serious relationships, they're not looking for a serious relationship. They just want to have fun. So maybe Cardi B don't give what he do.
Okay.
She's only concerned about what they do.
So and that's what I thought. I criticized it yesterday, but today I say, you know what? I listened to a clip. She said she was unhappy and depressed while being with Offset. I think it's less about the guy. She just wants to find her happiness. And for that, I can't tell her not to be happy. Who do you think wins in the long run if we're looking at this like maybe 2 to 3 years later? Because I also remember the Rick Ross situation.
Well, the man always wins because we don't get mileage. They do. Yeah, so she keep bouncing around, she devalues herself.
That's true. That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? Offset to be looked at as a player, she'll be looked like as a toss-up. So unless she locks down and continues her career, and achieves more success, anything other than that, she's gonna be look like leg. I'm like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, nice, interesting. Because I see a lot of people kind of, they're looking at it because I think that they used to look at Offset and say he put her through hell, so she's supposed to have her fun. And I think she's supposed to, she said she was depressed. I really empathize with that. Wow. In a few years, and I agree. If she jumped from this football player,
Offset could be spotted with 20 women. They're gonna say you're a player. If Cardi B runs through 5 people, they're gonna call her a toss-up.
Yeah, that's true. And this is the first thing she popped out with. If this don't work, and I said, really, we gonna see if this gonna work May of next year. Because right now it's a honeymoon phase. All they gonna be on is on yachts. They're gonna be turning up. They're gonna be buying each other shit because she's waking up every day thinking about how she's getting back at Offset. She ain't even fully locked in with this nigga yet.
I mean, who says she wants to lock in with him?
That's true too. Yeah, you're right. You were right.
You get what I'm saying? Who says that her thing with him is she's looking for a serious relationship.
True. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, and I don't want to, I know they're going to put me over. Nah, I ain't going to say it.
Nah, what you going to say, Wack?
Your platform's getting delicate. I don't know if you can handle me saying that. I don't want to.
That's cap. Nah, we speak about everything on here. Wack, we speak more explicit than the trenches. Stop it.
Maybe he's just good. Maybe that's it. And before that, we go to dinner, we go to a club, and then I get good, and then I go home.
That's true too. That's true. But I do want. Listen, I don't care what Cardi B does. I look at the family aspect of it. I think constantly throwing out all these things. I get y'all are hurt. Y'all trying to hurt each other. But at a point, you start saying things that eventually is going to affect that family dynamic. And it's not like y'all just girlfriend and boyfriend, or ex-girlfriend and ex-boyfriend. You still got to deal with that man.
Welcome to urban Black America.
What do you mean?
Where none of those things matter. Where selfishness is priority. What you're saying, it doesn't matter. They're just concerned about how they feel, how they look, how they're perceived. They can care less about that.
Hey, not to, and we could move on from him, because I ain't trying to get too much in your situation. But you got out of a situation and you got a new situation. One thing I always admired: no drama. I've never heard nobody say nothing. I never heard you speak negative. I've never heard. I admire that so much. This is coming from somebody who felt I made mistakes doing shit like that. And I think when things end, it should be like how you're saying, just keep it graceful,
I mean, that's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, keep the respect level there is cool. Like, what,
Yeah. I hope I figure it out. But anyway, well, I hope they figure it out. Definitely though, the game got to stop trolling though. This is the wrong thing to troll about.
Well, he's not trolling, bro. It's just a meme. He's creating a meme.
Yo, Offset got on social media, man. I'm telling you, he's driving around looking for somebody to slap. Trust.
Oh.
Man, I don't know who he gonna slap. He probably just trying to figure out the first person he could slap.
Bro, you didn't hear that Offset went and got an apartment in Cardi B's project over there in the Bronx, and the nigga had a G party in the Offset ain't giving a nigga wilding right now, bro.
You serious? Where you hear that?
Fact. Nigga, you didn't see it?
Where'd you see that?
Oh, come on, bro. See, the 100 side on Clubhouse, we always got the good tea.
Offset
didn't go do your research today.
Offset party. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I talked to Cardi B, she told me.
What?
Because, me and her, we have different perspectives. I always tell her, I said, listen, we don't really cover relationship stuff like that. And sometimes the opinion that I'm gonna come away with is gonna be different than somebody that was running a female blog, because I run a male blog. And so we have a male point of view, and sometimes somebody with a female point of view might differ. And when I was trying to talk to her and just ask her about certain things, she said, listen, I didn't get what I was no naive chick. I came from the clubs. I understood what shit was. It gets to a point though where a nigga is just going too crazy. Like, he trying to every chick he trying to rappers you won't work with. He's just going too crazy. And that's what she kind of told me was a line. She was just like, yo, it would be like the worst rapping ass chicks, and it would be like, yo, I mean, wasn't Krishan one of them?
One of what?
One of the chicks that they said Offset smashed.
Yeah, definitely. I was in the middle of that shit. That was ugly.
You see, you can't smash Krishan at the mansion, You got to hit her in the sprinter.
It was another chick, though. It was another chick, too. Remember, it was another chick who, put pictures up. So, you don't remember that shit?
Yeah. Well, if you hear I heard the list of names. The list of names is like, yeah, that nigga was kind of wild still. You know what I mean? Like, is there a code of conduct? I know you don't condone no type of cheating, but is there a code of conduct where you're like, yo, listen, all right, if you're gonna do some shit, or say you deal with Blueface because he been through some drama, and I guess he was accused of maybe not being faithful. Do you ever pull him aside and be like, youngin, if you gonna do some shit, just don't.
The only person Blueface wasn't faithful to was Jaden. Outside of that, it was nobody in his life he was obligated to be faithful to.
Nah, he was with Krishan. They were in a relationship.
No, he was never directly with Krishan at no time in his life.
So why did she hit him in the head with anybody?
When he met Krishan, he was with Jaden, and while he was with Jaden, that's when he did what he did, and from that point on,
so you saying Krishan was a side chick?
When him and Jaden separated, nephew always been nephew, so you can't say that, like, he never had no obligations.
Wait, are you trying to convince me that he's never been in a relationship with Krishan Rock?
Yeah, he was in a relationship, but he wasn't in a relationship to where
he wasn't monogamous.
Shit, you part of the team.
Oh shit, she was on the squad.
Drop a comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about the content. Cardi got the internet on fire, man. It's crazy. Crazy work right there. Y'all be sure to like the video. Go ahead and share the video. Be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend. We got content. But until next time, it's your boy Ray giving them gone. God bless us. Peace.